Hey guys, it's Mia here, and yes, there's a new background. So I figured you guys could use a break from the pink rugs. So today I'm talking about, as the title of this video suggests, books that I'm both excited about and books that I am unhauling. Now, starting out on a good note, a book I am excited about, I got this about a week and a half ago, is Lovely Bones by Alice Sebold, I think it says behind there. I hate how stores put stickers over the titles and things. I hate when they do that. But I've heard nothing but good things about this book on Goodreads and on the BookTube community. So I figured I'd check it out because I've heard a lot of good things about it. Now, I will form my own opinion of the book. Those opinions will not sway me of the book. And I still have to get through the Percy Jackson series. But I'm slogging through the second one because I already know Percy's backstory, so it's kind of less exciting than the first one was. But I'm excited to read Lovely Bones because of all the good things I've heard about it. So that's a book I'm really excited for. Now the books I'm unhauling are Dreams, Your Magic Mirror by Alice Sechrist? I don't know if that's how you say her last name. And I really just got this book because of this dream I had for the longest time. And I actually talk about the dream in one of my videos. It's set up like a skit because I really couldn't think of a good way to do it as a live video, but it is a true story. And if you would like to see the video about my dream, I'll put a link to it in the description, and maybe you can help me figure out what it means. So I'm getting rid of this one because it really didn't help me figure anything out. It just made things a little more confusing. The second one I'm getting rid of is Nicholas Sparks' 2x2. This book is a good book to read if you cannot sleep. It is absolutely boring. Absolutely boring. And even my grandma thought the same thing. And she loves Nicholas Sparks books. And I barely could get through it once. And I don't want to read it a second time. So there's no point of me keeping this book. So that's the second one that's going to get unhauled. There's something on there we go. I got a crumb on my bed. Then there is Autumn by J.A. Martin. Since these are still in really good condition and they don't even look like they have been read, I am going to hopefully take these back to the bookstore I bought them at and get my money back for them. I've already read them twice, and I don't see myself reading them a third time because I normally only read books twice because at that point I don't have any different opinions on them, and there's no point reading it for a third time because I know the story plenty well, so that's going back. And then in turn is Summer by J.A. Martin, also going back for the same reason, and once again it's in pristine conditions, so I'm hoping to take that back to get my money back. Because I read it twice and I just don't see myself reading it again. So then a couple of books I'm on the fence about is James Patterson, The Big Bad Wolf. I've read a couple of James's books, and I just don't know how I really feel about them. There was one that I got from my church in their rummage sale, as they call it. And so I was reading it while we were sitting there talking during dinner because my grandma was talking and I just didn't feel like talking with everyone or wanting to interrupt anyone, so I was like, I have this book, I might as well start reading it. It wasn't this one in general, but just, it was another one of his books. I forget what it was called though. And the very first scene talked about rape. And I'm like, well, I shouldn't be reading this in a church. So I shut it and stopped reading it. And I get that most of his books are detective stories, but he always starts them out in a horrifically bad way. And just after that, they're just not enjoyable for me. I mean, I love detective stories. I could sit there and watch them for hours on TV. I just don't want to read about them. I want to see everything happening, not read about them. Then there is Inkspell by Cornelia Fluke. I've had this book since I was a little kid. And this is another one I got from my church's on-haul, I guess. And I've just never read it. I got it when I was probably about 9. And it's still just sitting on my shelf, collecting dust. So, if I'm never going to read it, I don't need it sitting on my shelf. So, those are my unhaul books. This will probably be the first time you ever see me unhaul a book. Oh yeah, and off screen I did unhaul both the first 2 books of this series. I unfortunately couldn't take those back because they had my name written in them and they were signed. So I didn't take those back. Then I unhauled after. That one hit the trash because I didn't feel like telling that story to anyone else because it's a terrible story and just a terrible quote-unquote romance, which it is not a romance. It's just talking about abuse the whole time. He's emotionally abusive and just a total straight-up asshole. It's not romantic at all. 1 minute he's saying, oh, I love you, and literally 1 second later he's like, I hate you, you're the ugliest person I've ever met. So yeah, that book hit the trash because there's no way I'm giving that to anybody else. And I will not spend another penny on the rest of the series because I feel like it's promoting abuse, which I'm not going to do. So that is my unhaul video and the one I'm excited to read. I'm debating, honestly. I said I was trying to break this habit, but I am so debating stopping the Rick Riordan series for now and going and reading Lovely Bones. But I'm trying so hard to stop myself from doing that because I really want to kick that habit. So, as always, if you enjoyed, be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and ring that bell down below to stay up to date on future videos. See you later. Bye, guys.